Hi there and welcome to this week's live session where we are going to talk about the cost of not sleeping enough. So if you are saving and cutting down your sleep to get more done, basically because you are under high demands, as we all tend to be, and everybody wants you to do a little thing more, and you yourself want to do more than you might be able to do at the moment, and you're cutting down your sleep, then this one is for you. So if you're feeling tired at daytime, and this is a common feeling for you, if you're feeling that you're a little bit unhealthy, and to make it clear, to feel unhealthy is not to have a disease, to have a flu or anything, but not to feel good. Health is all about feeling good, right? And if we don't get enough sleep, and that leaves our body with us not feeling good, that's us not being healthy in my definition. So if you're feeling unhealthy and if you're lacking productivity and motivation, then this one is for you, to give you a tool, one single tool and tip that you should use to get back to that high energy, sleeping enough, giving yourself enough sleep, and to stay healthy, basically, and feeling good. So, my name's Michael, as you know, or might not know. I'm a sleep coach, and I'm the founder of Sleeptrust. And what we're doing today is going to talk about the reasons and how to tackle these, that we are not sleeping enough. The cost for not sleeping in America alone, according to the Rand Corporation, is $411 billion a year. But that's not more than an abstract number. And you might think, yeah, it's reasonable that we as a country are lacking productivity or something like that because people are tired. But what we often overlook in this is that it's you and me that are paying the price. With every night that we're not sleeping enough, we're paying the price that sums up to 411 billion, whatever that is. But essentially, what's much more important, it impacts our daily life. So we're paying on a daily basis, and quite often we're just getting along with the status quo, saying and telling ourselves that that's the only way that we can get on. We just have to do this to ourselves to be able to go to work, take care of our kids, take care of our friends, do all the stuff that people expect from us to do all the stuff that we expect us to perform over the course of the day. And cutting down sleep is a very common thing. So, I would ask you to see your time, the time that you have. It's 24 hours, you've got the same time that I have each and every day, and to see this as money. And there's going to be a little kind of a hook to this one, because I don't want you to see it as money as we often use money. Because what we do is essentially not that we're using our money and spending it, but we're using credit cards, right? We're spending more than we have. And this is exactly what we're doing with sleep too. And in the end, it's really going to hurt us, as too much debt hurts us too at some point. But I want you to use your time as if it were money and as if there were no credit cards available. So you get a certain amount of money, let's say $100 a day. Oh, and maybe let's not even talk about the amount. It could be 10, it doesn't matter. You've got a certain amount of money, and you are only able to spend each and every piece of this money once, right? Over the course of the day. So you've got time to spend for your sleep, you've got time to spend for your work, you've got time to spend on relationships, on things that you do for yourself, for experiences that you want to have in life. But you can only spend every dollar once. And what you and I tend to get into is that we say, okay, that's cool, but I don't want to spend that much on sleep. I would rather spend more on the fun things, maybe, but often also on work and relationships, whatever. But what happens then is that we devalue the rest of the money. If we don't get enough sleep, so if we cut down on the dollars that we spend on our sleep, the dollars that are left are only worth half of what they could be worth. It's kind of a hyperinflation that we're promoting through not sleeping enough. And it doesn't matter if we acknowledge this or not. The numbers are very clear on this. As soon as we don't get enough sleep, our productivity lacks, our creativity lacks, our mood drops, our focus drops. So we devalue our personal value, our outcome, our productivity. It's a hyperinflation, nothing else. So let's stop to promote a hyperinflation and spend our money responsible, giving us the amount of sleep, and that differs. So the amount of sleep you need is different than that I need. Nikola Tesla was known to get along with 3 to 4 hours of sleep. Albert Einstein took 10 hours of sleep. So it doesn't matter how much you sleep. There's genius in us all, but we have to get the right amount of sleep for us. Otherwise, the rest will just be devalued. So, if you take that one thing to heart and understand that concept, then the number one thing that we need to do is basically to say no. That's a statement. We have to say no to things that we are not able to do today. And it's better to say no at work, to say no at home, to say no anywhere to ourselves. We have to say no to ourselves. It's not even, there are two aspects to this. We have to learn to say no to others. That's number one. And say no doesn't mean that we push people back. It's more like, I'm sorry, I cannot do that for you today because I've got this and that to do. It's just not going to work out. So I can do that for you in a week, or maybe you have another solution for this. Maybe you or I could come up with a new solution, give somebody a hint how it could work. That's the part of saying no to others. But the other part, the second part of the story, is far more complicated because we have to say no to ourselves. Often the will to do things, the will to do and achieve more than we can is kind of in our inner being. It's our habit to try to get more done than we can. And it's good to a certain degree. But at some point we just have to recognize if we're devaluing the rest of our life. And then we have to say no, and say, no, I will not get that done today. I'll do a little bit less, but I'm going to do that in a high quality way, and I'm going to have time for myself. I'm going to spend time on myself. I'm going to spend time on relationships. I'm going to spend time on my sleep and on relaxation and so on. So I'm going to spend the money over the certain different aspects of my life that are important to me. And if we all take that to heart, sleep enough, spend our dollars responsible over the course of the day, then we will not only feel much better, get back our health in regards to my interpretation of health, that we feel good and energized. That's what's important. And on the long haul, we will avoid catching these horrible diseases too. That's a lovely side effect. But the thing that we want to have is that we want to feel good on a daily basis starting now. So think about this, value your sleep, say no, learn to say no to others and to yourself, and spend your dollars reasonable, responsible over the different aspects of your life. It's not only sleeping, it's not only working, it's not only relationship, it's doing things for others too, it's doing things for ourselves. So spend your time dollars responsible over all aspects of your life, and that way you will feel good, feel healthy, and I'm sure that you will learn to say no very quickly. So that's it for this week's live. I'm kind of blocked in the Facebook at the moment, and they're taking a lot of time to prove that my identity is for real. I sent them my passport a couple of times. So this one was not live. I recorded this at home and I'm going to publish it or Lelaine is going to publish it because I do not have any access to the Facebook at the moment. But I hope you get this reaches you, and that you take it to heart. Wishing you not only a superb sleep, of course, but also a lovely Sunday, and yeah, hear you soon. Okay, bye-bye.